What an exciting day in Apple news with the announcement of iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4.0 software, as well as all the iPad updates, software, how Steve Jobs went over all the new features of the iPhone, and that's pretty much all they went over today, which I was quite disappointed with because I was expecting a new iLife and Mac software. But Steve Jobs did not talk about this at all today, but it is released, and that is Safari 5.0, which I already have right here on my screen. This is what I'm using. It doesn't look any different. They kept it really the same. Okay, guys, one thing I didn't cover in before this was the speed test of this, so I'll cut this in somewhere. Before the speed test, they put a gray little area down here on the bottom, blue-gray or whatever, make it look nicer. And on the top sites, they have history, where you can completely go through, search your history. Okay, now let's get to the speed test. Okay, you can still see Safari is open. I'll quit that right there. Now, when I did this video before, QuickTime was being retarded and cut it out somewhere. So I have to do this again. And what I did was I exited out of Mail, iChat, iTunes, iMovie, and Echophon. But it really didn't make a difference. So their Safari is completely quit. There's no bubble down there. So click. Okay, now that was slower. And usually every time I quit and opened it back up, it got faster. So number 2, faster. Number 3, and 4. So the last couple times was okay. It's really faster. It opens couple milliseconds faster. I can't really tell, but that's what Apple says, so you have to believe it. So, what's new about Safari? Safari Reader. What it does is when you are looking at a blog, such as this one that they have here, you can see the ads over here, over here, over here. What it does is Safari goes through the articles and just takes out the story. So it takes out the story so that you're just looking at the story and nothing else. And what it does is, if you are familiar with Mac, it comes up like Quick View would in Mail or Preview. Okay, like quick look there. I don't know what that was. It just didn't. It was a video or something. That's what it looks like, except it takes it from a Safari web page, and it just pops up out like this. You can make it go full screen, close it, print it, email it, and all that. Next is HTML5. Now, Safari 4 did have support for HTML5 before, but it just had the audio, video canvas, offline storage, and all that. But now they have full screen video, closed captions, geolocation, Ajax history, event source, WebSocket, draggable attribute, forms validation, Ruby article aside, footer, header, group, navigation, section, and iframe. So HTML5, I think, would be very nice on the iPhone and the iPod Touch and iPad compared to Flash. Like Steve Jobs' open letter, I think Flash is starting to become way overrated, and the power that simple HTML coding has is amazing, I think. Next up is the performance. The new Safari is 30% faster than Safari 4. It is powered by Nitro JavaScript engine, and when Safari 5 runs on the Mac JavaScript, it's 30% faster. So, It is also 3% faster than Chrome 5.0 and over twice as fast as Firefox. They now have Bing search support, so I'll click up there. Google, Yahoo, and now Bing. It's not really something I'd use. I still like Google. Safari Web Developer Program, yeah, nobody's really going to use that a lot. That's pretty much the highlights of Safari 5. I'm not going to get into talking about the new iPhone or anything like that, because if you watched it, you got all the information. I don't know how many other people on YouTube that went over this and everything, so I really don't need to go over this. The hardware, the new A4 chip, what the iOS 4 and Apple's FaceTime, iAd, Bing support, the new mail application, folders, iMovie for iPhone. Oh, I really am glad that this came out. I hope I can get it for iPod, because that would be so amazing, even though you can't shoot video. Oh, here. Reader is here on this Engadget. So it took out all the ads that were at the top, and now it looks like a Pages project. It just took the pictures and the text and put it all into one thing without anything else. So here's iMovie again. The camera, the gyro. The gyro would be really nice to play games on, especially with the iPad. If they would have put this in the iPad, very good. I'm pretty sure that they didn't, but the A4 chip, 300 hours of standby. A4, the screen, how you can see the difference there, how it's a little blurrier, and how their new Retina display, how your eye can only pick up 300 pixels per square inch, while this has 326. So it's going to be crystal clear. You won't be able to see any problems with the screen at all. It's the thinnest smartphone now, and it is also the fastest and the most clear. So, Guitar Hero. I downloaded that game already. I'm going to do a review right after this for it. So, check out my channel or my website, yourappleplace.freeis.com, or soon yourappleplace.com, for the review on that. Farmville. I think that's the stupidest thing that they could put on there. I don't play any Facebook games, but I think it's the stupidest game just by watching it. Netflix, that is going to be so nice to do. Stream movies right to your iPhone and iPod Touch. I really hope it comes out for the iPod Touch as well. eBay. That's sort of an old app, but oh well. So, here you could zoom in, zoom out, email, print, and then close. So, that is the new Safari 5, as well as the overview of the iPhone 4.0 software and the iPhone 4, the Keynote 2010 that I really didn't want to go over, but I did it anyway. So, that's all I have for you guys. Check out my website and my other channel. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks a lot.